New this morning, a family in Texas is finally complete just in time for Thanksgiving, and it's all thanks to Tampa-based Project DYNAMO. Fox 13's Kelly Cowan's in the studio to explain how the nonprofit rescued twin infants from Russia. Kelly, this is just remarkable.
It absolutely is, and it's such a heartwarming story. A couple from Texas, they were finally able to meet their twin babies this week after they were rescued from an orphanage in Russia. Now, those twins became trapped in Russia after being born via a Ukrainian surrogate back in September, and the whole ordeal, it actually began earlier this year when Russia invaded Ukraine. The surrogate lived in a heavily bombarded part of eastern Ukraine. She fled Russian forces to Crimea and then eventually ended up in Saint Petersburg, where she gave birth to those twin babies in September. They were taken to a state-run Russian orphanage where they risked being adopted by a Russian family. Their American parents were desperately trying to find a way to bring them home for months, and well, after many frustrations, they turned to Project DYNAMO, and this was a total success. Within a week of hearing from the Texas parents, Project DYNAMO founder Brian Stern was in Estonia, where he was able to successfully cross the border with Russia and get those twins out of there. Now, earlier this year, we caught up with Stern after he'd returned from one of his missions in Ukraine. He explained to us that his mission is to get every American he can home safely, and especially enjoys going head-to-head with Russia.
The top 40 chess champions in the world are Russian. You know, there's a reason why. They understand strategy, they understand chess, they understand influence, they understand propaganda, they understand psychological warfare. They understand that if they do a little bit of pressure on an American, that little bit of stimulation is going to yield a large return. You know, so it's a much more sophisticated enemy, much more capable enemy, and it's super cool that we get to out-chess them all the time, and it makes them crazy, and it makes me happy.
And the twins are now safe and sound. They'll be able to spend the holidays with their parents, all thanks to Project DYNAMO, which was able to cut through that red tape at light speed. Now, Project DYNAMO has rescued hundreds of Americans trapped overseas in Afghanistan and Ukraine, but this was their first ever Russian mission, and it went off without a hitch.
Sounds like there's nothing they can't do. Project DYNAMO, incredible. All right, Kelly, thank you.